Hey guys, this is something completely different for me. I have been wanting to step up my video quality and present more in-depth product information, so I did a lot of research trying to figure out what equipment I needed. When I found out about the Atem Mini Pro ISO, it seemed like it was perfect for what I wanted to do. Multi-camera product videos and interviews, as well as the occasional live stream. There were a ton of videos out there regarding the Atem Mini series switchers, and I think that I watched most of them. Up until now, I have been working with a videographer who has set up my live and recorded interviews, and all I had to worry about was making sure that my camera and mic were working properly. I wanted to learn more about the equipment and software that is used and whatever else is happening behind the scenes. We have used multiple cameras to shoot some videos in the past, and syncing and editing all that footage can take forever. I still plan on using my videographer, but this will allow me to put together short, spontaneous videos whenever the need arises, especially now that I'm starting production on a few new products and that process of those products. This video is for others that might be in a similar situation. You will see exactly how easy or difficult it will be to get this up and running. I have purchased the cables that I think that I need and a dedicated portable hard drive, as well as a little more camera gear to make things easier, and I'll explain those as I get to them. I am obviously not using the switcher for this unboxing video, but I am using two Canon EOS Rs. I got my main camera here, I've got an overhead camera up here, and I've got a Canon XA11 HD camcorder that is over there. And I will be editing these back to back, so I'm really curious to see if it will really save me time in syncing and editing of the final products. This is the Atem ISO Mini Pro, and you're going to get to see it for the first time with me. All right, let's see what's in here. Little welcome card. Software installer. I'm excited about that, getting to use the Atem software on the computer for additional features. A sticker. Who doesn't love stickers? All right, and DaVinci Resolve, which is going to be cool to try that out, even though I do love Adobe Premiere Pro, but got to try new things once in a while. So, got a power adapter. Looks like plugs for countries outside the US. Won't be needing those anytime soon. And there it is. Oh yeah. I mean, look at that. That is so cool. It's actually pretty heavy, so I believe that's the rest of the goods. And okay, it's got a little rubber feet so it stays where you put it. And what am I excited about? I will be able to sit here, say, well, this mouse is a new product that we created, and I want to show you some features on it. I'd be able to click from camera 1 to camera 2, and that will be the overhead, let's say, and we could look around. I could point out some different features, give you a close-up. I'm not sure how well I can focus with this, to what distance. I will test that out. But yeah, and then basically it's going to help me an awful lot with the editing. I've got the camcorder off at a distance there, and that'll probably be camera 3. Camera 4 will probably be a screen share. So when I'm going through the software, so let's say when I'm using my CAD CAM software, you'll still get all those good details. I'll be able to cut back and forth and fade between cameras. I don't know how fancy I'll get with it. I really just mainly looking for the camera switching right now. When I'm doing interviews, I will be able to do what they call lower thirds. Say you're watching the news and you get those bands across the bottom that say, hey, you're talking with Mark Lascarbo, the owner and founder of Needlejig Tattoo Supply. Those little bars, picture-in-picture insets, the options are kind of endless. And then there's other options that can be put in line with this that make it really unbelievable. I mean, but I gotta learn the basics first. So I'm really excited to get this thing hooked up. If we look at the back of this, we can see we have inputs for 1, 2, 3, 4 HDMIs, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs for me. There's mic 1 in, mic 2 in. I don't plan on utilizing those. Right now I have 3 different Rode mics set up on each camera. Okay, so the overhead camera has a Rode Video Micro pointed right at me here, probably about 8-9 inches from my face. The main camera has a Rode Video Mic Go, which is probably more like 18 inches or so from my face here. And I have also a Rode, I believe it's an NT5 on a mic stand over here, which is plugged into the Canon XA11 through XLR and all that good stuff. So I think I got sound covered. At some point I might even get a separate sound device, recording device from Zoom, maybe an HN4 or an HN6 or something that I can just take with me on shoots for a backup audio. But that's a whole different story. So I've got the 4 inputs. There's an HDMI output, which is going to run over here. I've got a monitor set up, which is going to show me what you guys are seeing, and also multi-view, which is going to show me what you're seeing, what camera is prepped to go up next. It's going to have 4 screens for the feeds for each individual one, and then it gives me some recording data down below, which would be pretty awesome. And it's got an Ethernet port, so I am going to plug an Ethernet cable into here that goes to my laptop, and then my laptop will connect to the internet through my Wi-Fi. That's one possibility. The other one is to just run a separate LAN cable here and plug the Atem directly into the network and the laptop directly into the network, and they can find each other and connect through the network, which is pretty cool. Power adapter goes here, and the ISO version is not only going to allow me to stream and record, but I can record a separate video from each camera. So each camera is going to record on its own. I'll have all those separate tracks, and I can do a complete edit, you know, if I want to do the whole thing over again from scratch, or I can do just clip out individual clips if I missed them. Let's say I went from camera 2 to 3 and I really wish that was in there. It's still there. It's stored for me, and I'm excited about that. So I'll be able to use Blackmagic's DaVinci Resolve, because it stores one sort of master program that includes all my camera cuts, and it does a lot of the editing for me. So basically I can open up this main file in DaVinci Resolve, and let's say I'm doing an interview and I cut to the person I'm interviewing a little too late or a little too soon, or you know, something, I cut to them and they were kind of out of the picture or not quite settled in their chair. I'll be able to go into Resolve, and all the cuts and edits are already made, but I will be able to drag those cuts forward and backwards just a little bit and slow down the cut or speed up the cut. All kinds of cool stuff, which takes a lot of time to do when you're dealing with 4 separate files. Just syncing all those files in line on the timeline takes a little bit of time, and then to set up multicam modes, and trust me, it's hours and hours and hours of work. They'll already be cut and spliced videos, and you know, I've been using Adobe Premiere to edit for years now, but I will really look forward to trying out the DaVinci Resolve and seeing what that has to offer. One last thing, I also got myself a portable hard drive dedicated just to the recording of, well, I'm recording 5 pretty big files here pretty fast. I think it comes out to be roughly 400 megabytes per second or something like that. Don't quote me on that, because like I said, I'm truly a novice still. But this SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD, it has a read of 1,050 megabytes per second and a write of 1,000 megabytes per second. So that's about double what I need, and it's 1 full terabyte. So this is going to become a dedicated recording and editing hard drive so that I get faster work with Premiere Pro. Okay, let me get this thing plugged in, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll be trying it out for the very first time and showing you what my process is and how I get this figured out. I am not a professional, and that's the entire point of this video. Wish me luck, and please be kind in the comments. I know YouTubers can be a little harsh, but if you're looking for professional opinions, there's tons of channels out there that have videos that have already done this. This is for people like myself that think it might be able to help them, and I'm going to struggle through this, and hopefully it helps somebody out. So let's see what happens. I'll catch you on the next one.